Today it's 28th of October. I have to go to France to get my Ballon d'Or. Where is my Ballon d'Or? I want my Ballon d'Or. Give me my Ballon d'Or, please. Guys, welcome back to another episode with FC RAMSAY, and this is 28th of October 2024. I was nominated for the Ballon d'Or. What? I was nominated for the Ballon d'Or? No, I wasn't. I was dreaming of getting the Ballon d'Or along with the likes of those Kepa Trophy, those Gerd Muller Trophy, the Yashin Trophy, and so many trophies to get. This is the highest award which a footballer can get. But what? This Ballon d'Or is being given by the journalist? What? The voting rights are only for the journalist? I don't want this Ballon d'Or. I don't want this Ballon d'Or. I want football gameplay to be played. So yes, this is what today the Ballon d'Or ceremony will be broadcasted all over the world. You can check the UEFA websites, as well as if you are from India, then do join our Discord, or else you can watch it in the Sony Live application also. But yes, this Ballon d'Or we will be having a watch, and those of you who are not having that subscriptions for Sony Live can join our Discord. We will have a watch along over there also. But yes, before knowing that what is this Ballon d'Or, I have tagged this video on the element above. You can watch the all details of Ballon d'Or, how it is being awarded, from when it has started, who are the players who have got this, what is the criteria to get the Ballon d'Or, what are the nomination processes, and what are the voting rights. And this year UEFA is jointly organizing this along with France Football, who was the first in the history to give this Ballon d'Or. So France Football, the magazine, awarding this Ballon d'Or, and all the details about it is in the video which has been tagged in the element above. Do have a watch to it. And yes, let's proceed on to the weekend matches which happened, and there were these derbies where Arsenal and Liverpool, the Gunners against the Reds. The Anfield fans were really having a good time, but Arne Slot giving the team, the Liverpool, their magic things. But in this game, what a gameplay from Arteta and his men. Arteta, despite being down to 10 men in the Premier League this season, it has become his habit to play like this only. But then also it's Arne Slot who had combined those characters as well as the team build-up, which has made it that much prolific, that much efficient. And what a classic Premier League match this was the last night. Here talking about Arsenal versus Liverpool, where Liverpool travelled to the Emirates Stadium and a total of 60,388 fans had gathered at the Emirates to watch this game. The starting lineup, have a look at it. What happened? There were likes of Martinelli, Havertz, Trossard and Saka for the forwards. But yes, Mikel Merino, the new signing for Arsenal, was in the centre midfields, and he was playing those pivotal roles, moving and hovering along all over the field. And the likes of Gabriel in the centre back, there was Saliba missing, who was on a suspension from the previous match, and Ben White was sacrificed to the centre backs instead of his comfortable right back positions. And Thomas Partey, what a game he had from the right backs of Arsenal and that of Timber. So Samuel Raya being the goalkeeper over here, Arteta had his strategies quite simple, that he is going to save those counter-attacks where Mohamed Salah as well as Luis Diaz were going for those counters. And what a job these left-back Timber, with his speed, with his agility, with his defending awareness, as well as Thomas Partey, they both didn't give Salah as well as Diaz any scope. Talking about the Liverpool starting lineup, where Salah, Nunes and Diaz were the forwards. The likes of Jones, having a good gameplay in the previous match, was in the midfields, as well as Gravenberch and McAllister for the midfields. But yes, Alexander-Arnold at the right back, he was just over there for the defense against Martinelli, and that was Robertson who was there for Saka. The game just pre-folded, where Kelleher was not having that much difficulty, but in just 9 minutes that was some kind of counters from Saka. And what a through ball that was from White, which Saka had a dribble against Robertson. Robertson had a fall just inside the box, a few inches away from the goalpost. He has a fall on the field, and Saka just converts it. That was the relief moment which Arteta was having in this game in 9 minutes. But yes, after that, just in another 9 minutes of the first half, that was a free kick. I mean, that was a corner, and Van Dijk got that header assist from Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz just who lofted that ball with his header, and it was Van Dijk open there. He was being man marked by Gabriel, but that was not so efficient to block Van Dijk for getting that goal. And after that, it was all about this match, which was going on too comfortably for both the teams, where Liverpool were trying to go for those counters, and it was Salah and Diaz who were trying for those counters. But yes, that was that McAllister movement who was not having that good efficiency in the midfield, got that first yellow card, and it was in just 33 minutes McAllister had that yellow card booking on his name in this game. But yes, in the 43rd minute, Mikel Merino again got that header. What a classic free kick that was from Declan Rice. It was a controversial a bit of it, where Van Dijk was given some kind of VAR chances for this goal to check. But yes, talking about the match referee Anthony Taylor, who did his job too good. He took his time. The VAR was given that time to check about it, and the difference of 2 minutes in the game brought in this decision. But yes, that goal was given to the Gunners, and Mikel Arteta just rose to the benches, and he was quite delighted with the performance of the team. But yes, in the first half, the midfield of Liverpool were not looking that good, and the substitution which came just after the second half was that Arteta, the Gunners manager, just found another setback, that Gabriel, their sole centre back, who was so proficient in this Premier League season, despite the absence of Saliba, had to depart because of some minor injuries on his knee, and that was left for that number 15 from Arsenal. It was Kiwior who was brought into the centre backs of Arsenal, and then that was the time for Arne Slot to make those substitutions, where Szoboszlai, Tsimikas and Gakpo came in, and McAllister, who was not having that good performance in the first half, got that sent off from the field. I mean, he was just substituted. Robertson on the left back, who was being a bit critical against Saka, was replaced by Tsimikas, and Luis Diaz, who was being physically dominated by Thomas Partey from the right back of Arsenal, was replaced and substituted by Cody Gakpo. Then it was some kind of David Raya moment, where he got a yellow card by Anthony Taylor, the referee on the ground. And it was in the 72nd minutes, it was Arne Slot who got quite frustrated with the performance of his team, and he also got that yellow card in it. But yes, Julian Timber was the player who again got injured. It was Arteta's scarcity of players. I mean, all of his players are injured. Some are under suspension in this season. How is he going to perform? Because this type of performances are giving those edges to Manchester City as well as Pep Guardiola for getting those 2 points extra in the Premier League table. But yes, some kind of counters were made, and it was Luis Kelly, the undergraduate from Arsenal Academy, came into the ground in the 76 minutes, and it was Timber who departed with some kind of injuries, and that opportunity Darwin Núñez and Mohamed Salah just capitalized it in 5 minutes of gameplay with those counter-attack. It was that assist by Darwin Núñez which Mohamed Salah converted it so beautifully. And yes, after that, it was Gabriel Jesus who was substituted in the game. Bukayo Saka was taken off from the pitch, and Ethan Nwaneri, another youngster, was also called into the ground, and Gabriel Martinelli from Arsenal was called off the pitch. There was a total of 7 minutes of stoppage time in it, where Liverpool decided to bring in their defensive midfield aspects of the Japanese Wataru Indo into the game, and it was Curtis Jones who was just called off the pitch. So what had actually happened in this game is that Liverpool just struggled in the midfields, and the performance of Mikel Merino, Trossard and Declan Rice from Arsenal in the midfields were just creating those pressure moments for Liverpool. But yes, talking about Gravenberch, he has been doing a very good performance in the Premier League this season, but then also Curtis Jones and McAllister were not looking that efficient, and it was Szoboszlai who came into the field, but that was too late for Liverpool, because the man marking by Timber as well as Thomas Partey and that of White sacrificing his right back positions to the centre back was doing that critical job. And yes, talking about the injuries for Arsenal, Ricardo Calafiori, Tierney and Martin Odegaard were injured. But yes, talking about Liverpool also, there Federico Chiesa, who has made a just single appearance in this Premier League, and most of the matches he has been seen sitting on the benches warming up. He hasn't made any such significant, despite that huge transfer in the summers. He is also injured, whereas Diogo Jota, Harvey Elliott as well as Bradley and their elite goalkeeper Alisson Becker was also an injury. So yes, that was all that happening in the Premier League table this weekend, which was the most exciting of it. it, and the most advantage of it goes to Pep Guardiola, despite Bukayo Saka from Arsenal scoring his 50 goals for the team. But then also Manchester City still stays at the top of the table with 23 points, and Liverpool are at 22, whereas Arsenal are quite 4 points behind Liverpool with only 18 points. But yes, Aston Villa from Unai Emery's guidance is also on 18 points. Just a goal difference of 2 is giving Arsenal that edge. Whereas talking about the Stamford Bridge, Chelsea is on 17 points. Good performance from the Blues this season, because Chelsea is really being guided by the newly appointed manager Enzo Maresca, who has been doing his job too good. So that is all about it. But yes, Manchester United getting a loss to West Ham, and that was the last stoppage time penalties which was given by David Coote, the referee on the field, and Erik ten Hag definitely needs a sack. The Red fans, the Giants, what are you doing? What is Jim Ratcliffe doing? What is Ineos doing for the survival? I am not being able to get, just getting 3 wins out of those 9 matches. Really, Manchester United, the Reds are doing those names. I mean, they have literally drowned somewhere in the Premier League where they have to get those things come up. There were goals from Casemiro in 81st minute, and Somerville from West Ham had that score. But yes, that was Lopetegui who was that lucky, and in the stoppage time Bowen got that penalty, and it was that 1 goal edge which they couldn't just survive. It was a total of 90 minutes plus 6 minutes of stoppage time, but the game continued up to the 110 minutes. But then also Manchester United couldn't get some kind of equalizer, and they have to lose away the points from here. And the table which stands tall is that Lopetegui's West Ham is on 13 points, whereas Erik ten Hag is 14 points. He is just 4 places above relegation. So do you think that the Manchester United, all the Old Trafford fans, are going to get relegation this season? I don't think so. But yes, Jim Ratcliffe do need to make some kind of managers to be appointed to this team, because it's high time and United must need to fix it as fast as they can. And talking about the Serie A, that was the Derby Italia clash between Inter Milan and Juventus, and what a game it was. A total of 8 goals were scored, where Juventus under Thiago Motta had travelled to Inter Milan, their Stadio Giuseppe Meazza Stadium, where there was 2 penalties given to Zelensky in the 15th and the 37 minutes. Both of them were converted to goals, and there was no kind of just Sommer movements or the Gregor movements. The both goalkeepers of the team, they couldn't do anything, because a total of 8 goals, and Mkhitaryan scoring in the 35 minutes. That was a total of 3 goals for Inter Milan in just 35 minutes of gameplay. But yes, Vlahovic, the sole striker for Juventus this season, who has been scoring, and he has already scored 6 goals. But apart from his performance, there was Way as well as Ildiz, the new player Ildiz from the Bayern Academy, who has moved to Juventus. He scored those 2 late goals, and that was a comeback from Juventus. And in the 71st minute and the 82nd minutes, Ildiz, the player who was creative, is now on the left wing forwards, did those job too clinically and finished it, and that was the equalizer, where Juventus got their points in this with 4 goals each. And the table of the Serie A is that Napoli under Antonio Conte is doing that great job with 9 games played and 7 wins. They are on 22 points, whereas Inter Milan and Juventus both are on 18 and 17 points on the 2nd and 3rd positions respectively. But yes, Atlanta, the Gasperini team, is on 16 points with the 5th position, whereas Lazio is also on the 16 points. So that was all about the Serie A, the derby clash. We had a watch along of this, also the match analysis as well as what happened in the matches. You can watch in the video which has been tagged at the end of this video. So yes, that is all about this weekend, and Ballon d'Or is going to organized today by UEFA as well as the France Football, who has been conducting this highest award for any footballer in this universe. So we will be having a watch along, and for those subscriptions, if you don't have, do get a hop to our channel. We will be providing those Discord moments where you can get it and watch along with. And yes, from India tonight, it's at 1:45 where this ceremony will start, and we will definitely have a watch to it. Do stay tuned to FC RAMSAY about the football updates, and definitely tonight on the stream we will get to know who gets this prestige award. Till then, before ending this video, do give us hit a like, do share, do subscribe, and do comment. And who are your favorites to win the Ballon d'Or? Do give us on the comment section. Keep going, guys. Bye bye.